Welcome to Science and Spirituality, where I will take one question and try to answer it by asking 5 more questions, opening doors to knowledge. So today's question is, what is the similarity between science and spirituality? So let's try to answer this by asking 5 questions. So the first question, what is the difference between science and spirituality? Let's understand how they are different. So science is independent of who does the experiment. Let's think of it like that. The laws of science are blind to if it's you or me or anybody else. But spirituality is not like that. Spirituality is a personal experience. Your experiences may not be the same as mine, and my connection to the powers that be may not be the same as yours. So the idea of mass production, standardization, which is just a couple of centuries old, is all very scientific, one size fits all sort of scenarios. But we know that's not always true, and there is a requirement of customization, uniqueness, and truly you and me. So that's the difference, science, spirituality. Now the second question, what is spirituality? So probably the most popular equation in science, E is equal to mc square. Einstein says that all matter is energy. So I want to drive home the fact that spirituality is more than energy. So when I say energy this, energy that, technically that's not spirituality. I want to bring your attention to life forces and things that are not tangible but non-energy. Let's put it like that. So these are without going into too much detail of theory, an experience that I had during going to the Isha ashram in Coimbatore was sitting in the presence of the Dhyanalinga and seeing myself better, if I can put it like that. The consecration of the Dhyanalinga is a beautiful story, a video that's there on YouTube about apparently many lifetimes and life forces and the world famous Sadhguru. I won't get into that, but I want to drive home the fact that spirituality is not just not tangible, it's more than energy or less than energy, but not energy. So let's get that clear for now. The third question, what is the connection between faith and knowledge? So for me, faith begins with recognizing the unknown. So the SI definition for time, the standard scientific definition for time, is 1 second is defined as 9 billion or so rotations of a cesium-133 nucleus. So, and Einstein's theory of relativity talks about how the faster you move, the slower time moves, and the reason this time dilation is not recognized when we move in a car is because the speeds are too small comparable to speed of light. Anyway, I want to drive home the fact that the idea of time itself, our understanding of time, is just so limited. You know that through experience how our idea of how fast, slow, this, that, and ideas of how things are meant to happen, and the unseen timeless wheel stories I've read in the Puranas. So I want to drive home the fact there is so much unknown, and that is the doorway to faith. And knowledge comes from understanding myself and you and everyone else. Now, in my experience, the more I understand you, the more I understand myself. And the more I understand myself, the more I understand other people. The idea of how we are all connected becomes clearer and clearer as we go in and as we go out. So let's keep that at that. Now, question number 4, how can we be inclusive? So to be inclusive, in my experience, drawing clear boundaries is vital. what is science, what is spirituality, what is you, what is me, and what is yours, what is mine. But obviously there are gray areas, and I want to focus on relating between people. So we often bring out in others what we think of them. So there's a story that I sometimes tell about how Jack and Jill were going up the hill, and they met Peter and Pearl. So Jack was open and thought maybe Peter and Pearl can be my friends. And Jill was not in a good mood and thought Peter and Pearl, stay away, she thought in her mind. So when they actually met, what do you think happened? Peter and Pearl got along with Jack, they became friends, and Peter and Pearl didn't get along with Jill. So my point is that we often bring out in others what we think of them. And there's a quote I heard about how someone saying, today I am not what you think I am not what I think I am what you think I think I am. Which is beautiful, but need not be true based on where you are centered. But the idea of inclusive, how you and me are connected, I hope, is clear. Now, question number 5, the most fun and the most beautiful. Can spirituality be scientific? For sure, 100%, but it's not simple. So, there's a theoretical physicist, Wolfgang Pauli, who is the founder of who recognizes, I guess, the Pauli's exclusion principle, which is something that is learnt in later high school and what anyone who's studied modern physics knows. But what I'm trying to talk about is the Pauli's effect, which is not the Pauli's exclusion principle, but the Pauli's effect is about how when Wolfgang Pauli was in the room, instruments would have technical difficulties for unknown reasons. And this happens so often that people call this the second Pauli's exclusion principle humorously, and would say that functioning devices and Wolfgang Pauli can't occupy the same room. And it went as far as Wolfgang Pauli talking about this to people like Carl Jung and great thinkers of the time, about a century ago. So I want to drive home the fact that the answers are there, but they are not simple. There are laws, but knowledge and understanding comes best from asking questions. Happy day.